So, as we all know, Star Wars Theory here has been getting the business by these freaks over on Twitter. They've been attacking Star Wars Theory relentlessly, calling him every name in the book. They've been calling him a sexist, misogynist, right? And I don't know Theory. I don't know this guy. I watch his videos. I like his videos. He seems like a nice guy. He's a genuine Star Wars fan, just like me, just like you. A real Star Wars fan, not like these weirdos over on Twitter, these fake Star Wars fans. But nonetheless, they are still calling him every name in the book. And a lot of these things really don't mean anything anymore. They get overused to death. But again, I don't know Star Wars Theory. He as far as I know, he's none of these things. But then again, as far as I knew, Vince McMahon over here was a good guy. But apparently that's not the case. Vince McMahon over here is a freak, a complete creep, a weirdo, a disgusting human being. I don't know if I can even read what this man has been accused of, but apparently they had a worker, a lady that just recently lost her family. She was in need of help. These are all allegations, by the way. And Vince McMahon hires this woman. Now, this woman is much, much younger. But she is now suing Vince McMahon and WWE because apparently Vince McMahon was passing her around like a WWE belt. I mean, he would apparently use this woman to sign contracts, to get people to sign contracts. And one of these people was none other than Brock Lesnar. Apparently, in 2021, when Brock Lesnar was trying to figure out what he was going to do, Vince McMahon was using this female as a way to get Brock Lesnar to sign. Now, this is disgusting beyond measure. I mean, it's sick. And if these allegations are true, then I don't think I'm wrong in saying this. I think that we should look at Vince McMahon the same way we look at Chris Benoit. We need to get him out of here. There is no room for this type of sickery, this type of debauchery, this type of disgusting behavior in our society. But anyway, guys, let's get back on Theory, because things are looking good for Theory. Because there is a certain someone, a personal friend of mine, not really, a certain someone that is coming to Theory's defense. And this person is very influential right now in the Star Wars community, in the Star Wars world. There's a lot of people that love this individual. You know, Kathleen Kennedy in particular loves this person. And this person is none other than our good friend, Daisy Ridley. Because you see, Daisy Ridley here is doing the press runs right now for something. Who knows? I don't think she's starring in any movie. I think she's pretty much holding out for Star Wars. I think that's her shtick now. But nonetheless, she's over here talking to anybody that listens. I mean, anybody that is willing to sit down with good old Daisy here, she'll speak to them. I think I have some voicemails from her publicist or something. But nonetheless, this is what she says. She says that that Star Wars fans when she was asked if Star Wars fans were sexist, she stated that has been blown out of proportion, which I agree. And of course, I think we all know who they were referring to when they said are Star Wars fans sexist. I think they were all referring to Star Wars Theory. Now, it's no mistake that they ask her this question right now, because this is all coming from Star Wars Theory here. This is all coming from that interview he had with that woman, you know, that what was she, Egyptian or something? But anyway, she said that women don't watch Star Wars. And I think generally that's true. Women don't watch Star Wars. Generally, right? Generally. I think if I go to the mall and I'm outside of a Claire's or something, and I'm just randomly asking the ladies if they like Star Wars, I think generally I'm going to get, no, not my cup of tea. It's not for me. But there are going to be some ladies that say, yes, I love Star Wars. I'm a Star Wars fan. And the same thing can be said for the men. If you go, to whatever store at the mall that men go to, I haven't been to the mall in ages, but if you ask them, do you wear a dress? I think generally they will say no, but now more than ever, you'll probably get a few that are like, yeah, on occasion, I do like wearing dresses. But here is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Daisy Ridley, she's one of us, because apparently she's coming to Star Wars Theories Defense, not mine. I have never been called these things because I do not believe that garbage that Star Wars Theory was spewing on his channel. I mean, But anyway, let's listen to what Daisy Ridley has to say. Look at that hair, by the way. Can we all agree that she is probably the most fashionable, actor or actress in all of Star Wars? I mean, look at that hair. She looks, is she in character here? I mean, what is she doing here? Because let's look at this hair. It's all slicked back. She's wearing that gray. She looks like she might be like still in character as a Star Wars character. That looks like a Star Wars character right there. She looks like she works for the Empire, and I guess working for Disney and Kathleen Kennedy, she pretty much does work for the Empire, right? We can all agree that if Disney was a character in Star Wars, Disney would be the Emperor, and Kathleen Kennedy, no, she will not be. She would not be the Emperor. She's the Emperor. She is the Emperor for sure. I was going to say she's Vader, but no, there's nothing redeemable about Kathleen Kennedy. Well, actually, hold on. Let's back that up a little bit. Kathleen Kennedy, believe it or not, at one point was very, very good at producing movies. This is a woman that has produced Jaws, produced, I think, E.T. maybe. She produced a lot of stuff for Steven Spielberg. She produced the first Indiana Jones. She produced a lot of good stuff. She was good at one point, but something happened to her. It's as if, wait a minute, it's as if maybe she got a taste of real power, and now, engulfed in this power, she has turned to the dark side. So yes, Kathleen Kennedy is, in fact, Darth Vader. That's what she is. Kathleen Kennedy is Darth Vader. Disney is the Empire. And, of course, we all know who has to be the Emperor, right? Bob Iger. Bob Iger is the Emperor. Kathleen Kennedy is Vader, and I guess that makes, holy shit, that makes Daisy Ridley Luke Skywalker. Except that's what they're trying to do with Daisy Ridley. They're trying to make her the Luke Skywalker of this new Star Wars generation. But let's listen to what Daisy Ridley has to say right here.
On the internet about how they don't want a female director, which seems bizarre because episodes of The Mandalorian were directed by females. I mean, Kathleen Kennedy has been overseeing all of this. So, what is your take on that?
I think my take is things get blown out of proportion. And the interactions I've ever had with people have been nothing but wonderful and supportive. And honestly, the day we announced that I was coming back at Celebration last year, you cannot imagine the joy and goodwill in that room. So I've only ever been embraced. And I think we're going to make a great film and people will
We cannot wait.
Tell us more about the film itself.
Well, here's another film, Magpie.
Hold on. Let's go back a little bit. Because this further proves my point that Star Wars Theory over here, the guest he had on that she generally said that women don't like Star Wars, this proves that point. This woman here, I don't know who this is. I'm sure she's very successful. She's on this show. She's asking Daisy Ridley this question. Let's hear this question one more time. This proves the point that women generally don't watch Star Wars. Listen to what this woman says.
Because episodes of The Mandalorian.
Hold on, right here.
It's great. I'm getting warm. It's a very worthwhile story, and I think Charmine's going to do an amazing job.
That's so Speaking of Charmine, I just have to ask, because there are some of the, I'd say, extreme Star Wars fans who have made this a conversation on the internet about how they don't want a female director, which seems bizarre because episodes of The Mandalorian were directed by females. I mean,
okay, so right there, she says, which seems bizarre. Like, these people are upset that this woman, Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, is directing. They seem upset. She has no idea why people are upset. She is saying that people are upset just because she's a woman. Again, this proves that generally women are not Star Wars fans, because if she was a real Star Wars fan, she would know that it's not that we have a problem with her directing a movie because she's a woman. No, we have a problem with Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy directing a Star Wars movie because she is an activist that likes to make men feel uncomfortable. That is why we don't want her to direct the movie. It has nothing to do with her being a lady, you dummy. This proves the point. If you were a real Star Wars fan, if you liked Star Wars, you would know why we have a problem with Disney Star Wars. You just don't know. This proves the point. This proves theory right. And thank you, Daisy Ridley. Right? She already looks like a character, like an extra from the Empire with that slick back hair. Thank you for sticking up for real Star Wars fans, for Star Wars theory, for me, for all of the real Star Wars fans that appreciate George Lucas's Star Wars, real Star Wars, not that trash that Disney has made. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments. And like always, don't forget to subscribe. Sensational.